All right, on this practice for GCF, this was on the back of the notes. I'm only doing problems 3, 6, and 11. If you need help on any of the other problems, then you need to ask your teacher or check the key that's posted on Canvas for help. All right, so number 3 says we have 45x squared minus 25x. Remember, when we're looking for a GCF, we start by looking at the numbers, 45 and 25. We find the biggest number that goes into both of those. Here, that number is going to be 5. So we're going to divide 5 out of both terms. Now I look at the variables. I have x squared and x. My GCF is always the smaller of the two exponents on the variables, which here is x to the first. So I'm going to divide x out of both terms. When I write my answer, I always put the GCF in front of a set of parentheses. And then I'm going to divide the GCF out of each term. So 45 divided by 5 is 9. X squared divided by x to the first, I subtract the exponents, 2 minus 1, and get an x. On the right, negative 25 divided by 5 is negative 5. And here, because the x's are the same with the same exponent, they cancel off. So 5x times 9x minus 5 is your final answer. Remember, if you want to check your work, which I suggest you do, you need to distribute, which is the opposite of factoring. Remember, factoring is dividing, distributing is multiplying, to check your work. 5x times 9x is 45x squared. 5x times negative 5 is minus 25x. That's the same thing we started with, so I know I factored correctly. Number 6, 12x squared y plus 48xy. Look at the numbers first, 12 and 48. 12 actually goes into both. So the number 12 is the numerical part of the GCF. When I look at they both have x's, plain x here, x to the first, is the next part of your GCF. And both terms actually have a y. They both have y to the first, so that's going to be my GCF. It's the same, they're both the smallest, so we'll pull out the y. Your GCF goes in front, 12xy. When I divide, 12 divided by 12, it's 1. But just like the variables over there, when it's the same thing, they cancel off. You can write 1, you don't have to. X squared divided by x to the first is x, and y divided by y cancels off. So the first term just has an x on the inside of the parentheses. Plus 48 divided by 12, that's 4. X divided by x, those cancel. Y divided by y cancels off. So that's actually your entire factored form. 12xy times x plus 4. All right, one more for this video here. 28m squared n plus 40mn plus 8n. Start with the numbers, 28, 40, and 8. They're all even, but they have a number bigger than 2. 4 goes into all of those. So I'll divide a 4 out. Now let's look at the letters, M. I have an M in the first, an M in the second, no M in the third. So M is not part of your GCF. If I look at the N, I have an N, an N, an N. They all have N's. All those N's have an exponent of 1. So I'm going to divide N out of every term. So 4N is part of your GCF, or is your GCF. It's the whole GCF. And now we'll divide. 28 divided by 4 is 7. I didn't change the m, so this is going to say m squared. And my n's cancel off. 40 divided by 4 is 10. Again, I didn't touch the m here. That stays the same. And the n's cancel off. 8n divided by 4n. Well, 8 divided by 4 is 2. And the n's cancel off. So this is your final factored form. All right, again, if you need more practice, there's a second practice. Check the key on Canvas. Ask your teacher for help if you're having trouble getting the right answer.